The secret of happiness in life. There once were two friends, Ming and Li, who lived in a small village in China. They both worked hard as farmers, but they had very different attitudes towards life. Ming was always cheerful and grateful for what he had, while Li was always complaining and unhappy with his lot. One day, they decided to visit a wise old man who lived in the mountains, hoping to learn the secret of happiness from him. They packed some food and water and set off on their journey. Along the way, they encountered many difficulties, such as steep slopes, thorny bushes, and wild animals. Ming faced them with courage and optimism, while he grumbled and cursed at every turn. After several hours of walking, they finally reached the hut of the old man. He welcomed them warmly and invited them to sit down. He then asked them why they had come to see him. "Master, we want to know the secret of happiness," Ming said. "We have heard that you are very wise and can teach us how to be happy." The old man smiled and said, "The secret of happiness is very simple. It is to be content with what you have, and not to desire what you do not have." Ming nodded and said, "That makes sense. I am always thankful for the food I ate, the clothes I wear, and the friends I have. I do not envy those who have more than me because I know that happiness does not depend on material things." Li frowned and said, "That is nonsense. How can I be content with what I have, when I have so little? I work hard every day, but I barely make enough to survive. I see others who have more money, more land, more cattle, and more children. They seem to be happier than me. I want to have what they have, and then I will be happy." The old man shook his head and said, "You are mistaken, my son. Happiness does not come from having more, but from being more. You can have everything in the world, but if you are not satisfied with yourself, you will never be happy. You can have nothing in the world, but if you are at peace with yourself, you will always be happy." He then gave them a small wooden box and said, "This is a gift for you. Inside this box is the secret of happiness. You can open it when you get back to your village. But remember, you can only open it once, and you must share it with each other." Ming and Li thanked the old man and took the box. They then said goodbye and started their journey back to the village. Along the way, they were curious about what was inside the box, but they resisted the temptation to open it. When they arrived at the village, they went to Ming's house and sat down. They agreed to open the box together and see what the secret of happiness was. They lifted the lid and looked inside. To their surprise, the box was empty. They stared at each other in disbelief and confusion. They wondered if the old man had tricked them or if there was some hidden meaning behind the empty box. Ming then smiled and said, "I think I understand." The old man was right. The secret of happiness is not something that can be given or taken. It is something that we already have within us. We just need to realize it and appreciate it. The empty box is a reminder that happiness is not in things, but in ourselves. Li then sighed and said, "I think you are right. I have been foolish and greedy. I have wasted my life chasing after things that do not matter. I have neglected the things that do matter, such as my family, my friends, and my health. I have been unhappy because I have been blind to the happiness that was always around me." They then hugged each other and apologized for their past mistakes. They decided to change their ways and live more simply and joyfully. They shared the food and water they had brought with them and invited their neighbors to join them. They laughed and talked and sang and danced. They felt a new sense of happiness and peace in their hearts. They realized that the old man had given them the greatest gift of all, the gift of wisdom. They thanked him in their minds and vowed to follow his advice. They learned that the secret of happiness was not in the box, but in themselves. I'm happy you heard this beautiful story. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel.